going on, guys? Justin Fuller, Director of Sales for TrueSpot. So today I want to talk to you about Subaru of Spokane, out in Spokane, Washington. These guys are a Lithia store and a KeyTrak user. They reached out to us because they heard about 10 of their brother and sister stores have started working with us to track keys and cars on the sales and the service side. So these guys are unique in the sense that they have 3 different lots, and on these lots they have multiple levels. So keys and cars can be at a lot of different locations. So when a key comes out of the key machine and gets misplaced, they can now track it. And when a vehicle is living at 1 lot, 2 lots, 3 lots, and if it's on multiple levels, I can tell them which lot it's on, which level, and where on the level. Check this out. So let's show you what's saving Subaru of Spokane a ton of time and money, right? So for 90% of your guys, using the app to locate a key in a car is probably gonna make the most sense. So for the sake of this, I'm gonna jump into find a key and find a car, right? And pull up this very first one. It's gonna first default and show me the location of the car if you're tracking. So I can see on the map and I can zoom in and zoom out, and it's gonna tell me, hey, this is in the Fiat new lot. So right above the map, it'll tell me that. And then if I jump over to the key icon, it's gonna then show me and tell me where the key is. I'm gonna zoom out here for a second just so you can see this key is in the building, right? You can see the cars on top of the building because they have multiple levels. And it's telling me, hey, it's located on the first floor in service, specifically in Nate's office, where we have one of our gateways. So I know the key is in Nate's office, and I know the car is out on the Fiat lot. Now, car-wise, I can get you within a few spots to the left or the right. So when you get out there, give me a couple spots, you should be on the car. Key-wise, though, I can walk you within 1 to 2 feet of a key. So if you got into Nate's office and you say, okay, I'm in here, but I don't see the key, I need a little bit more help, you can hit that Find a Tag button on the screen. It'll light up green when you get close to it. And when I hit that, 2 things are gonna happen. 1, a white ball will appear here on the screen, right? And then as I walk around the office, if I'm walking the wrong way, the white ball stay up towards the red. If I walk the right way, it'll start moving its way down towards the blue. When you get to that dark blue immediate section at the bottom, you're now within 1 to 2 feet of that key. The second part to this is inside of the tag, there's an LED that will start flashing. So if you're in Nate's office and Nate was the inventory manager, he's got a bunch of keys everywhere, you hit this, it would start flashing, go, oh, it's that one, and grab it. Or if you had a keyboard in service and a bunch of keys, you'd see which one it was and you'd be able to grab it. Just for a second, I want to talk to my KeyTrak users. You don't have to be a KeyTrak user to use our product, but if you are, know that there's an integration in place. What it allows you to do is see that mapping system like you just saw in the app on the screen of your machine. So if you go to check a key out and this key is already checked out, it'll tell you who checked it out and when, but then it'll show you the location of the key where it currently is. Or to take that a step further, if you go to check out a key and the key is in the machine, it'll let you pull the key and then it can show you the location of the car on your campus or which campus it's on. So here we are on the desktop dashboard. And right now you can see one of their campuses, a secondary one across the street, the CDJR backlot across town, and then the Fiat lot that is also across town, right? So they got multiple lots that they're tracking at. But let's jump back to the main lot for a second. I want to show you something. If you happen to have multiple levels, like these do on a couple of their locations, you can hover over one and it'll tell you. So right now I'm looking at keys and how many keys are on different levels of this parking structure. So pretty cool that you can do that. But let's do something real quick. What if you said, hey, I want to see the location of all my keys at once? You could turn on the pins, click on your keys, and see every key on your campus. So if you're wondering if you have keys that are parked out in your main parking lot where keys shouldn't be, well, you can see that. And you can click on that geofence and it'll show you any keys that are over there. This same thing can be done at all of your lots. So if you've got more than one lot and you want to know if you have keys over there, well, yeah, you've got 4 keys over at the back middle lot, and here's all 4. So over to the right side right now, I can show you the stocks and VINs, or I can turn off the map and give you stocks and VINs and what type of car it is, right? So this way, at the end of a night, there is absolutely no reason you shouldn't be able to open up the map and see if there's any keys that don't make it back inside the building, or don't make it back into your key machine, or back to wherever those keys need to make it at the end of the night. Now, what if a key leaves the campus, or a car leaves the campus? Can I track it? And if not, what can you do for me? Let's talk about that for a second. I've got last sightings right up at the top of the screen for inventory, and I've got it for keys. Anytime a key or a car leaves the campus, it immediately starts a timer on it. So at this point, you can see anything that's off your campus. So if I say, hey, do I have any cars that have been off the campus for more than 4 hours, for less than 24? Absolutely, you got 7 cars, here's all 7. I can tell you the stocks, the VINs, everything. And if you wanted to take that a step further and go, hey, when did this car leave? I can show you that too. If you come up here, I can click on it and say, this car left on 9/3/2025 at 8:48 a.m. The last place it was seen was over here at the Lexus lot. Now, we can, of course, do this exact same thing with keys. So I'm going to click on the keys that have been gone for more than 72 hours, right? So if I wanted to do that same thing, I could see what keys are off the campus and when they left. This left at 8/27/2025 at 1 p.m. Last place it was seen was on the Fiat used lot, and then it left the campus. So if you ever think a key or a car has left the campus, I can tell you exactly when it left. Now, to take that a step further, I can provide you alerts. So if you want to know more than, sooner than 4 hours, what if you wanted to set up a custom alert for 1 hour after a key or a car has been off the campus? We can set that up for you. Now, a question I get regularly is, well, what if an employee accidentally leaves with a key? Is there any way to track it then? And the answer is yes. Anybody who has the TrueSpot app, their phone can work as part of our network. So if you shot a text out to the guy that the key was checked out to and said, hey, will you just open up the TrueSpot app for me? Open it to any window, right? It can then ping a key with a tag on it off the campus at his house. So if he left for the day or went to lunch and you think he had the keys, shoot him a text, he opens up this, it pings the key, it pops up on the map, you see it and go, okay, we didn't lose the key forever, we just need to get it back to the store. What if you said, hey, can you show me my old age units and where they're sitting? Well, if you come up here to days in inventory, you could select 90 plus days old, and I can show you where those vehicles are sitting. So if they're ever at your main lot where people are going to see them, great. But if they're parked in one of your spillover lots, how many people are going to see those to buy them? We may want to take these 5 vehicles that are out here, right? These 5, and move them somewhere and put hang tags on them and get them in front of customers because I want to get old age units off of my lot. Now, when it comes to tracking assets, you don't have to track just a key or just a car. Understand, you can put one of our tracking tags on anything. A jump box, a golf cart, dealer plates. You name the item. If it grows legs and wanders off, you can put a tag on it. The joke is real, but you could put this on a lanyard and someone could wear it and you'd know where they were. Everybody's got one guy at the store who seems to disappear whenever you need him. Just a thought. But let me show you what that looks like. These guys track one of their jump boxes. So if they need to find the jump box, all they got to do is come up here and type in jump box. They can go and click on it and it'll show them the location of the jump box. This jump box is in the sales offices, right? On floor 1, right next to the KeyTrak machine. With all the location data, what kind of reporting can you offer? Let's talk about that for a second. What you're looking right now is a test drive report. So I can come up here and select the amount of time I consider a test drive. Let's say it's 15 to 30 minutes. I can select that, and then I can look at every vehicle that's been test driven for 15 to 30 minutes, meaning it left and came back inside of that window. And I can even select certain dates. So if I wanted to go to yesterday and go, hey, I want to see all the cars that got driven yesterday off the campus. And I can even tell you if they got driven off campus more than once. So this way, you can see what's getting test driven and compare that to what are people buying. Secondarily, if you got something that got drove like, I don't know, 15 times like one of these vehicles, was it test drives? Or are we maybe misusing this car? And I want to figure that out. Now here's a secondary report that I see a lot of service guys use or recon guys use. What if I could show you any vehicle that's sitting stagnant and hasn't moved? And you could check to see how long it hasn't moved. So you said, hey, show me anything that hasn't moved in 1 day. Or let me move this up a switch and show me anything that hasn't moved in 2 days. And I could start looking at what stocks and VINs are these, or specifically service tags are these. And then I could check the RO to go, why hasn't this moved? What are we waiting on? Are we waiting on an approval? Are we waiting on a part? Why is this vehicle sitting stuck in my process? Now to take this one step even further, what if I could tell you how long vehicles are spending in certain areas of your dealership? This might be powerful, right? What if I could tell you that, hey, on average in service, vehicles are spending 2 days sitting in the service center. And I can show you a list of every single vehicle that is set in your service center to make that average. And to take it a step further, if you said, hey, I don't want anything that just drove through that area because I'm going to have a smaller lot and cars are going to move around. What if you could stretch that out, right? Say, hey, anything that's set longer than 20 minutes in that area, show me a list of those cars and what is the average time that they're spending in the service center or on the drive or in the back or whatever the area is that you want to know about. Understand the options are endless when it comes to reports. Let's talk about what you want and what you need. So the question for a lot of guys quickly becomes, what's this look like cost to ROI? Is this going to make sense for my store? So I like to present an idea to you. Let's pretend your store had 10 salespeople, right? Smaller store. If you saved each salesperson 30 minutes a week, that's 6 minutes a day. So it means instead of running around searching for stuff and hunting down cars and keys, they could just quickly find them, right? You're saving them 6 minutes a day, 30 minutes. That comes out to be 5 hours a week across the board for all 10 salespeople. So multiply that times 4 weeks. I just saved you 20 hours of time at your dealership each month. So the question quickly becomes, what could you do with 20 extra hours at your store, right? If that was 8-hour work days, I just gave you 3 extra days of selling, right? If that's service, that's 3 extra days to work in service, 3 extra days to work in recon. Could you sell 1 extra car, sell 2 extra cars, right? Think about your last month. If you missed a goal, would that extra time have mattered? If you're in service, could you push a couple extra ROs through? If you're in recon, could you have moved the cars through a little bit faster, turned them faster, sold more, right? The ROI makes a lot of sense really quickly when it comes to this. And then on top of that, I'm going to save you time from recutting keys, time searching for those keys, and of course the money is spent, right, to reprogram them and to buy the key itself. So if tracking keys in cars is something you're interested in sales and service, recut, right? You want to talk about how to make your store more efficient? Give me a call. Let's talk about your store. Whether you have a key machine or you've got a keyboard, whether you've got a single lot or you've got multiple lots, I work with a plethora of different people. Let's talk about your store.